Hey everyone, we're still in the quarantine season, and I know that some of us have no idea if we'll be rolling out of the house like Pillsbury Doughboy, or you can join me and I'll be giving you advice on how to leave quarantine with your confidence intact. I'm Matthew, and this is InvestedWeAre, and today I'd just like to discuss a bit on how to deal with weight loss and keeping your physique fit and healthy during this quarantine season. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notifications button for future uploads. Let's dive right into it. So right now, obviously we're still in the quarantine season, and some of us have to make weekly visits to the supermarket. Now, in the good we're doing for that, we're stocking up, we're getting everything we need, and then we're stocking up on all the junk, all the treats and snacks. Now, we both know we're going to regret doing that later, but right now, that's not really a big deal, right? But you get home and you can't just put it away in the pantry, and we don't have the willpower to just leave it alone. So I say, don't fight in the first place. Don't buy it. Take willpower straight out of the equation. A simpler option is to buy alternative options. What I mean for that is, if you're going to buy a snack, like try buying unbuttered popcorn, or you're gonna buy soda, well, there's Coke Zero, there's Sprite Zero, there's Zero Pepsi. All of these things are okay. They won't make a dent. It's all about enjoying your food at the lowest calorie cost. Even simpler, just eating more fruit, and everybody probably knows this, will do so much for you. Buying fruits with higher water content like watermelon, or higher fiber content like raspberries and strawberries will have you feeling fuller so much longer than if you go buy all these delicious, Moving on. If we jump over to another common issue that happens during the quarantine, is that a lot of us are incessantly just ordering foods, fast foods, and that's an easy one-way ticket to have to buy new jeans as soon as the quarantine is done. Let's be serious. It's still the quarantine and the self-isolation. A lot of us have so much more free time. Jump over to YouTube, pop open your Instagram, look for recipes for foods that you like and foods that are actually good for you. It'll make so much of a difference, and you will really save you a lot of regret. Come on. Like, I'm no chef, but I can do a thing or two now. Take me for example, like every single morning I make French toast for breakfast. And I mean every morning I'm making French toast for breakfast. But instead of using sugar and all that extra stuff, I use alternative condiments like 0-calorie maple syrup or bananas and just fruits in general to keep the same sweet taste and keep the calories down. You see what I'm getting at? The lower calorie thing? Also, if you're not just looking to cook the big stuff, there's so many simple snacks and treats that you can make. Oven baked fries, sweet potato chips, you can make banana oatmeal pancakes. I'll do you a favor. In the description below, I'll drop a couple links for recipes, very simple, that you can try right now. Even if you're one of those people who don't really like being in the kitchen at all, that's also okay. Just try eating higher volumes of leafy green vegetables and higher lean protein sources. These help you feel really full much longer, and it'll really take away the need to binge eat, honestly. Another key thing is to keep your mind occupied regularly. And I'm not just talking about sitting down and watching Netflix to keep yourself occupied. Like, I can sit down and eat 2 boxes of pizza and fuse with my bed in that time. Let's be serious. I'm talking about doing activities that take some kind of mental effort. We're still in self-isolation. Use that time to maybe learn a new skill. You can try learning programming or looking into investing or just economics in general. If you want to be more simple about it, you could go learn photography, dancing, or just start reading a bit more. Everything is okay as long as your mind is occupied. When you're bored, you eat out of boredom. And another favor. In the description, I'll drop another link, a simple video about how the economy works. It's pretty simple, it'll really help. Take a look. Alright, so then again, maybe you kind of just want to chill and watch Netflix. You don't really want to be learning anything right now. That's also okay, and that's up to you. Just try to make the most of it. Instead of just aimlessly scrolling through your newsfeed. Try aimlessly walking back and forth around your house while scrolling through your newsfeed. That extra bit of movement makes a big difference. Maybe if you're watching Netflix or you're just watching a TV show in general, try doing some simple form of cardio or doing a simple workout. All of this adds up, trust me. If you're more serious about it, what you can do is add that simple bit of cardio or that simple routine to your morning routine. It'll make it so much more easier to run for the rest of your day that it's already done, right? I also advise tracking your steps for the day. Very simple. Just whatever your steps are right now, try to get it up. You can use your phone, an app, smart band. All of these just help you to see how many steps you get in and try to get it up and up and up. It really makes a difference. Now, I know some of us don't really work out regularly, so we are kind of unsure even right now what to do. But, I've got you covered. Right now, I'll just toss out a few exercises that all beginners can do. They'll be on the screen right now. So the first one we're starting with is the plank. Now, the plank is very good for your core, your ab area, and your muscle stability. And also, if you're not really good at doing push-ups right now, it really helps with that progression to get in there. I advise while doing the plank, you keep your back as straight as possible. I also advise if you don't plank normally, just try to get to 2 to 3 seconds. And if you're okay with that, bring up the number and then try to do it 2 or 3 times. The next exercise I'd like to talk about is the squat. I think everyone kinda knows it. It's very good for your legs and a bit of your stability. When doing the squat, try to keep the balls of your feet flat so it holds a lot of your weight, and when you're getting back up, it keeps you foundational and centered. If you're having problems doing the squat, I also advise the wall sit. Now the wall sit is very good for your core area and your lower body as well, and it will really help you when you go back into doing the squat. For the squat, I advise just trying 2 or 3 if you're really a beginner, just trying to see if you can get down the form. And if you can't, go to the wall sit. Now for the wall sit, I'd say just try 2 or 3 times to failure. That should probably be enough. Now let's take a quick look at cardio. Now you might be thinking, what's the best cardio for me right now? And I'll be telling you straight up, it's whatever cardio that you feel comfortable with. Whether it be jogging, you want to run in place, you want to do jumping jacks, you want to skip rope, all of it is okay. As long as you do it consistently and you're comfortable with doing that form of cardio, just get it in. Last exercise I want to talk about is the burpee. Now the burpee is a bit more difficult for a beginner, and it's even a bit difficult for some intermediate. It's because it's a compound movement, so it takes a lot more muscles into account when doing the movements. Now if you're a beginner, I advise just trying it out, see if you can do 2 or 3, and if you're okay with it, keep your numbers low and try to do it 3 or 4 times. Even as an intermediate person doing this exercise, if you think it's too easy doing 3 sets of 10 obviously, then there are variations to make it even more difficult. Go ahead, try it, I dare you. I know during this problematic time, fear and anxiety are at the forefront of a lot of our minds, and just eating and being lazy feels like a very valid answer to this problem for a lot of us. But I know it's something that a lot of us are going to regret later when we walk out of quarantine. When it comes to your weight loss, your physique, your confidence in general, your food choices will play the big difference between you being the Pillsbury Doughboy and you leaving quarantine with confidence that you didn't have, or the confidence that you already had when you walked in. Simply adding in a bit of cardio to your daily routine and using alternative condiments and food choices. So instead of sugar, just use Splenda or fruits to top off certain foods. Even the type of peanut butters that you use or the sodas that you drink. All that plays a big part. Right now, the best piece of advice I'll give you is to put the fork down. Put the fork down! If you're full, stop eating. Right now that we're unable to go about a lot of our normal daily activities, our general activity level and energy expenditure is so much lower, and it's causing a lot of us to pack on a lot more pounds. Right now in this time of self-isolation, the fork is your enemy. or chopstick or spoon, like whatever you use. Like, you get my point, right? So that was my advice on keeping your weight, your physique, and your confidence intact during the quarantine season. I'd just like you guys to bounce on in the comment section below and tell me, are there any recipes that you've made during this quarantine season that you'd like to share? Also, if you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe. And maybe share this video with anyone you think needs this during this quarantine season. This was Invested We Are, because we are invested in ourselves. I'll see everyone next week.